Hello, Leo. It's February 25th, 2025, and we are doing a Celtic cross spread for you today. Today, Leo, we are going to see what is going on with you. And so far, what we have is I have drawn the cards already. So, Leo, today we're going to go through the first two cards. We got the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So, both Pentacles, Leo. So, I think right now you're dealing with finances, career, any material situation is what is probably in your mind, on your mind, in your heart, on your heart, whatever. So we have the Page of Pentacles. This is immense potential. This is earth with earth energy. This is the little acorn that becomes the oak. That is the potential of the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is also action. It's like the first action we're going to be taking. It is the foundation. So the foundation of what you are, which is immense potential. The acorn that becomes the oak. However, the acorn and the oak, if it gets thrown in the garbage, or if it doesn't get the proper amount of sunlight, or it doesn't get any water, it is not going to flourish. It's not going to become an oak tree. It's going to stay an acorn, or it's going to get thrown in the garbage, or I don't know where it goes, but it's not going to, right? And so this card is calling you to take your skills and your resources and put them to good use. It is time to do it, Leo. It is time. And here's more proof now this is a foundation. It is your subconscious desires. Okay, so we got the star. Your physical, emotional needs, the star. Subconscious desires, the star. I mean, you are a Leo, so it would make me think that you want to be a star, right? I mean, that wouldn't be far off, would it? I don't know that many Leos in my real life, but I can tell you that I know Madonna's a Leo. It would make sense for her to get a star in her foundation. So I think maybe you are a star. You just need to do it, right? You can be a star in anything. It doesn't mean you have to be famous. But this card is really just saying it is a good time to exert yourself, because now is the time to achieve your ideals. Okay, so that's very good for this reading. Now we're going to go to the past. And the past, we got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, it's like endless possibilities, but that can create a lot of confusion. Have you ever gone somewhere and there's so many choices? They all are amazing. Let's just talk about like food choices. You know, you go somewhere and they have cherry vanilla and they have vanilla orange and they have whatever, pineapple blueberry. I don't know, just every possible combination that you could possibly think of. It's amazing that you have that many possibilities, but it can also create a lot of confusion. It almost makes it impossible to make a decision at that point. After a certain number of choices, you're going to it's scattering your mind. So maybe in your past, there were so many choices that maybe, and hey, sometimes the choices, they're no good. The choices are, I can get broccoli, or I can get Brussels sprouts, or all of it's good for me, right? All of the choices are good for me, but none of them they're not what I would want, right? So sometimes those are the choices too. So you were facing choices in your past that left you confused. Maybe it left you a little shaken. Maybe your confidence was also shaken because it was just too much for you to handle at that time. There wasn't a lot of clarity there for you. And you need to make the good choices. So you have to be sure that what you're doing is what fits for you. Okay, that's what I gather from this card and also this reading. That was the past. Now the present is the Nine of Pentacles. Again, This goes along with the theme of your reading, which is putting your skills and resources to good use. And here is a reflection of that. Your goal, putting your skills and resources to good use and reaping the rewards of those skills that were put to good use, so that you are self sufficient, you are stable as a table, as they say. So, this is a great goal. This is a great goal. And it definitely goes along with the first two here. You've got pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. Now let's move on to the future, which is the 9. So we have the 9 of pentacles here, and we have the 9 of cups here. And 9 is you're almost completed. You're almost done with this lesson, with this situation, all up in here, right? Now for the future, keep in mind that it can always change, but here it's saying, yeah, you will reach your goals. You will attain a certain amount. However, you're going to there's a strong possibility that you could get pretty arrogant about it, pretty smug about it, perhaps even overindulge. So it is a good idea for your future to keep in mind that even though maybe right now you're not feeling so great, your confidence was shaken, you are not at the place where you want to be yet, but you will be. You will be. But when you get there, stay humble, stay grateful. Never forget to be grateful that you were able to do it, that you had the energy and the breath and people around you to give you those lessons, to give you what you needed. So just keep that in mind. But yes, the future, it looks bright. You have to choose to be happy and confident and humble with it. Okay, so let's move on to how do you see yourself? And here we got the 8 of Swords. But it's reversed. And so I like this better for you, Aries, because it means that perhaps you couldn't really see the situation for what it was. You were limited by your beliefs. Something maybe about yourself or your situation where you decided you couldn't do it. It just was not possible. And that could have been absolutely correct. But in this situation, you are released from that limited belief. In other words, something has shifted in your life where you are able to see more clearly now, and you are able to think more clearly now. So, therefore, you will be able to make decisions with more clarity, such as something like this pops up. It will be much easier for you to decide what is right for me at this time, and what would I should do if I want my goal to be over here. What should I do now to make it happen? And so this card is a great card for how you see yourself right now. Maybe you see yourself as you used to be a victim of your circumstance, but you're not doing that anymore. And you are seeing yourself for who you truly are. And that is excellent because you have so much to offer. Now we're going to your environment where we have the reverse 8. You have several 8s here. And this is a reverse 8 of Pentacles. Reverse 8 of Pentacles. Now, when it's this way, it means apprenticeship. However, it's this way, and this is going with your environment. So I wonder, Leo, if your environment is unsatisfactory to you right now, if you're feeling like really unhappy with the work that you're having to do, unhappy with the people you're having to work with, just a general malaise. Maybe you don't even care anymore. You're over it. And that takes a lot of your joy out of your work. You might need to regroup. This might actually tie into a lot of what's going on over here, where you are needing to make a decision and use your skills and your resources to improve your situation. because right now you're not into your environment. That's as much as I can glean from this card. You have, gosh, am I supposed to say you have had it? I don't know, but you may have. You're at an 8 level of having it. You've had it up to here. You're not here, but you've had it up to here. So you're at a level 8 had it. And that's all the more reason why it is time. It is time for you to pursue your dreams, your goals, your ideal life. It is time for you to do this. And maybe you already are, and you just need to get back on the right track. Now we're going to have the environment, hopes and dreams. The environment was, you're not totally stoked about your environment right now. You're not really happy with your job right now. You may even be the reason why your job sucks because you're just not doing it properly anymore. You're done. You're done. You know, if you're a cook and they want it a certain way, maybe you just cut corners. You're cutting corners. That card could also mean that you're cutting corners. So either way, you're over it. And your hopes and fears, now we have the reverse 2 of Wands. This man is making a choice. Now here, if it was this side up, you'd say he has the world in his hands. The choice that he makes, he cannot go wrong because he's really got it all figured out. But you're still figuring this situation out, Aries. So you know you need to make a choice. You're not quite ready. You're not quite ready to make that choice. You are still pondering the possibilities. And I think you can't keep pondering. You have to make that choice. At some point, you have to make that commitment. Now, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo this commitment, but you are going to have to make one. And for the outcome, now, as it stands right now, making that commitment is going to leave you, you're going to sacrifice more than you expected. However, you will achieve the goal. It's just going to be a lot more of a sacrifice than you had anticipated. So perhaps with better planning, better understanding of who you are and what your needs are, which I think you have been doing that. I really do. But I do think maybe fine-tuning it and going for it. You need to go for it, Leo. You need to go for it. The outcome, you may have to work a little harder than you are anticipating at this time, but I think the outcome will be a positive one for you. So I hope that's helped you today, Leo. I look forward to reading you again. It seems like you have a lot of stuff going on in the financial aspects of your life right now, and it's more complicated than it seems. It's really tying into who you are, which I don't know how I feel about that, but that's what you're doing. I'm gleaming from this. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me know. Let me know how you feel about that reading, Leo. You're doing great. You just need to dial it back a little bit with the ego, maybe. Dial it back with the emotions. Dial it back a little bit. Have some gratitude, which I'm not saying you don't. None of this is saying that you don't. If you're doing it, that's great. Have gratitude every day and just keep persevering, but use those skills, use those resources. You do have them at your disposal. So you're going to have a great week, Leo, and enjoy.